All right, welcome back, friends. My name is Thomas, and in this video, I'm going to show you how to set up Chlorine hotkeys. And what hotkeys are is shortcuts that we map to combinations of keys on the keyboard. And when you type those keys in the correct combination, they execute a command. So why would you actually want to do this? Why does this even matter? In the previous video, you'll have remembered that every single time that we tried to execute a command for Chlorine, we had to Command-Shift-P, open up the command palette. Then we would actually type in the command. In this case, maybe it was connect. And then we'd have to type in our 555 and we go from there. And then if we actually wanted to evaluate one of the forms, we would have to run Command-Shift-P again, open the command palette, type in evaluate, and actually run it. Now, if that's how you want to develop, that is totally fine. But what I want to show you is how you can use hotkeys to improve your overall efficiency and reduce cognitive load. Before I even show you anything about my hotkeys, I just want to let you know that the way that I work is I remap my cap locks key to the meta key. That's something that I picked up when I was using Emacs, and I will have a link in the description below which will show you how you can go about doing that as well. On the left side of the screen is my GitHub profile, and what we're looking at is my dot files, and specifically my keymap.cson. And this is essentially just your keymap configuration file. I store mine in a dot files directory. I'm not really going to get into that, but there will be a link below which you can use. What these hotkeys are going to do is you map a combination of keys to a command that you want to evaluate. And in this case, what I've done, we can see that this is Control Y, which, as I mentioned before, I've remapped that to meta. So for example, this is cap locks Y for me, and when I press that, it's going to open the connect prompt. And if you type in meta B, that's actually going to evaluate the form that your cursor is on. So let's see how to actually set these up. So again, I type in Command-Shift-P, and that is going to open up my command palette. I want to type in key, and we're going to probably bindings, and there we go. So we want to go to settings view, show key bindings. This one here is going to open up this little settings file right here. And I'm just going to make this a little bit bigger for the time being. And what we have here are all of the key bindings that you currently have in the app. What we want to do is be able to add our own key bindings. So to do that, you can click on your key map file right here. And when we click on that, you get this. Now, if that looks familiar, that is awesome, because that is essentially what we have right here. So all we're going to do is take this, and we can copy this. And again, I'm going to have this in the description below, so you don't have to type this out manually. Click down here, we're going to paste that, we're going to save it, and then once that is actually saved, in order for Atom to pick up on our new key bindings, we just have to reload Atom. So to do that, type that, it's going to reload Atom, and when that happens, all right, let's see if our key bindings worked. So I'm going to type in meta Y, which is what we showed before, and you're going to see that it's in the bottom left corner there as well, in case you don't catch what I'm saying, and I will also put them in the description. And as we can see, instead of having to go through the command palette, we can go straight to the command prompt for connecting to the REPL. Type in 5555. Perfect. We are connected. And now we are going to do meta B in order to evaluate this form. Ooh, so that one worked, no problem. Let's do this one. Oops, I did meta N apparently. We'll do this one here, so that's 14. We'll try to evaluate a function now. Work, no problem. Let's actually try to build one of the maps. Beauties. We can explore this if we want to. And last but not least, we'll run a little slurp, and we will see when that comes back with something. And it has a random quote that it returned to us. You'll notice now that we have all these little notifications all over the place, and we can use a hotkey to get rid of that. Fortunately for us, we don't have to add our own hotkey because Ink provides that for us. And what that looks like is Command I, Command C, and that will close everything for you. Before we finish up, I want to go over the hotkeys that we actually used. You'll notice that mine are a little bit different from the ones that Chlorine, which are over here. And you can see this by going to atom.io/packages/chlorine. You're going to notice that mine are a little bit different in how they're written. You can feel free to use these exactly as they are. The ones that I showed you are just how I use them, but you do not need to feel any obligation to use the ones that I've actually created. Overall, the way that you use hotkeys is really going to be up to you, and it is about your way of working. So if you find them helpful, use them, and if you don't use them. But at the end of the day, give them a shot, and I think you'll see that they will increase your overall efficiency and reduce cognitive load while you're working. That's everything for this video. Stay tuned for more on how I set up Atom for Clojure development. Adios.